And we are back with the fifth and the final segment of the GSMC Sports Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And in this fifth segment, we are going to talk about a very surprising topic because I honestly did not expect this to happen, like at all. The news literally broke out earlier this morning, I believe, at least to me. But this article that I'm looking at, it was written a couple of days ago. So LeBron is and Netflix are getting sued. And why are they getting sued? Well, they're apparently a quote disgruntled filmmaker who is who is accusing the pair of trying to steal from one of his scripts to use as a basis of their own basketball movies. Now, what exactly does that mean? So LeBron and Netflix, they obviously LeBron and Netflix, it's not a really new thing. There's a documentary going on called The Starting Five, and LeBron is in that series called The Starting Five. But this is a completely different thing on Netflix that was made by LeBron James and along with Netflix called Resball. Now, this filmmaker is claiming that LeBron James and his production company stole some of his scripts to incorporate scenes into Resball. This is what the filmmaker is saying, and this is why he is suing LeBron. Now, whether these are true, whether these end up being proven false, no idea, but these are just the reports, right? So I'm going to go ahead and read this article. Again, this is all on the article. This is nothing to do with me. I'm not claiming anything. I don't know about this nearly enough, but this is just what the article is saying. So, Rob Grabo, who is the filmmaker, filed a 25-page lawsuit in a federal court in California on Thursday, November 14th, in which he says a script titled The Gift of the Game was used by Netflix and LeBron James to create Resball, released in 2024. The writer's story centered around a Native American high schooler who aims to win a state title and covers themes such as issues surrounding community, race relations, poverty, sharing it with the pair, who he then claims ripped it off. Those are his claims. Ripped it off. Grabo points to several similarities, such as the ending, as well as elements in two works, quote, elements in two works, plot, theme, dialogue, mood, setting, pace, characters, and sequence of events as breach of contract as he sues for copyright infringement and breach of contract with an amount unspecified. So that is the report, and that's what's going on with Netflix and LeBron. So what is Resball about? So obviously it was produced by LeBron James and the co-creator of Reservation Dogs 2021 to 2023, the latter of which is a comedy drama centered around four indigenous teenagers in rural Oklahoma as they spend their days hanging out and committing crimes. This is what the article says. This is not me. It was released on Netflix exclusively on September 27th and was directed by Sidney Freeland, receiving a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes rating from 32 critic responses, as well as a 69 out of 100 Metacritic score. The synopsis reads, in heart of Chuska, New Mexico, and the Chuska Warriors, a high school basketball team rich in Native American heritage, face their greatest challenge. After the loss to their star player, the team must unite like never before to keep their dreams of a state championship alive. This is more than just a game, it's a journey of resilience and unity, a true underdog story deeply rooted in Native American culture, end quote. So the filmmaker is suing LeBron for essentially allegedly stealing the idea of the scenes in this film and the dialogue and all sorts of things that go into what makes a movie. Now, I haven't seen this movie. I also haven't seen the movie that the filmmaker is talking about. But that is the development in this I don't even know how to say this. I guess debacle with LeBron and Netflix and the filmmaker. So that's all that I'm really going to talk about. Again, this is just a shorter segment, a smaller segment, because again, I do not want to get in trouble. And I also don't really feel like there's any more evidence that I can really bring about without getting in trouble, right? Like, I can't really say much about this other than what the lawsuit is about and why the lawsuit is happening. But, this is still basketball news, so I still have to sort of cover it. But again, it's very odd. I never would have, of all the things that LeBron would accomplish in his career, and of all the things that could ever happen to LeBron, I would have never, ever, ever expected him to get sued for allegedly copying someone else's idea. So I have no idea whether or not these are going to be proven true. I have no doubt that this is going to get settled outside of court. But again, I got no idea. So for now, we just have to wait. But this is what's going on. And I don't want to say anything more about this because, again, I really don't want to get in trouble. It's not necessarily because I am a LeBron fan. Not only do I not think that LeBron would do such a thing, but again, I have no proof and there's no real concrete evidence to determine which side is right and which side is wrong. So I'm just going to say it how it is and say that he's just getting sued. It's that simple. Now, again, whether the charges get dropped, whether they figure out that it's not that LeBron wasn't stealing, whether they figured out that LeBron was stealing is a completely different thing. But I will give an update on the lawsuit if anything sort of unfolds with that. But it does seem like it's a big deal. Now, I hope this isn't a distraction for the Lakers and their season, and I hope this doesn't necessarily distract LeBron. And because, the Lakers so far, they've won the last few games that they've been playing. They have a game tonight. So let's hope that this lawsuit doesn't really affect the Lakers and their season going forward. Because the way I see it, this is another major distraction that the Lakers can't really afford to have. But that's all I'm going to be talking about with this segment. That's all that I have to say for the show. So thank you so much for tuning into the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so remember to subscribe to the show, leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. As usual, we love to hear what you guys have to say during the show, whether you guys have a hot take, whether you guys have a burning question, or something that you've just been dying to share. We're all ears. You really want your comment and or question to get noticed? I recommend using Super Chat. Just click on the $sign below the chat box and you can send in your comments and or donations that way. Super Chat's not really your thing. You can always use the link displayed below the ticker as well, gsmcpodcast.net, and you can send in your comments and or donations that way. Either or really helps the show. That's all that I have today on this segment. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in to Sunday football and Sunday night football, because why not? I'm going to be covering the outcomes of all of those games and talking about whether or not my predictions were correct or incorrect. Obviously, I will not be able to watch every single one of those games on Sunday going into Monday, but I'll try to watch the most I can, and we'll go ahead and get ready to talk about that for Monday. So, thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Nelson, and as always, take care. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go.